Hello everybody, it's been quite a long time since last I made a video. Welcome to Magic Realm and Realm Speak. We're going to do a series here. I'm going to call it my Solitaire series. This is the first video of that. I'm going to show how I play a 2-month game of Magic Realm inside Realm Speak using the Solitaire rules. And we'll go through all 16 characters and why I prefer this style of play over the standard 1-month 5 victory point game. Particularly with the character the Magician is how I found my way to this way of play. And it's a setup of rules variations that is possible using the Realm Speak house rules. There's these special rules. And so what we'll do is I'll go through the setup of that and then we'll continue on here. So the first game I'm going to play is for the White Knight because he's very straightforward. The White Knight's almost overpowered for this, so it could be that we try to go to 15 victory points because the White Knight can do a lot of damage. Some characters it's going to be easier to get to 10 victory points over 2 months, a lot easier. Than 5 victory points over 1 month, just because of the time constraints. Other characters, though, it really opens up the game. There are characters like the Magician, there's characters like the Wizard, and the Swordsman, and the Captain. There's some characters where it opens up the game to better possibilities if you have 2 months trying to aim for 10 victory points. So let's just get started here. We're about 2 minutes in here already. I'll show you how I do this game. We'll go new game, and we'll go through the rules here. I have this original game, I have the players build the map, I have timed, and I just say 2 months, and I allow the players to choose any number of victory points here so that we can pick the 10 victory points here. So it's defined by 2 months, and then no other extra sets here. We have character capabilities. I like the serious wounds instead of being killed. When your harm matches vulnerability, you get the 1d6 wounds. This gives you a little bit more leeway if you get into a tight situation. Ambushes I do use for hide rolls on mythical attacks when hidden. Caching I have dropping and losing belongings, so we can drop instead of having to basically roll 2 ones in order to pick something back up. With the Denizen rules, I have this dragon head here doing a flame missile attack. That doesn't really change my game that much. I do like how it actually gives you a better chance if they're using fire. If they're trying to hit you with basically a fiery blast. I got the Grudges and Gratitudes. Advanced Magic, I do use Enhanced Artifacts and Spellbooks. This is particularly for the Magician, and we'll talk about this more later, although I can use it with the Knight or anybody where you can have Artifacts and Spellbooks as the magic chit. So if you have a Type 1, Type 2 magic item, it becomes that as a magic chit with a 0 speed. I do like that. It nullifies some of the spells that you would use, but I think it expands the game greatly. Magic Realm is a game where rarely great things happen for you in the first place, so I like to raise that amount, raise the chances for that amount to happen as much as possible, and I still find it doesn't lopside the game. You still have plenty of chances to die, and you still lose a lot of games, so even when you're really good at it. And so I just find myself using this because I find the Magic game becomes far more varied. Magic Realm is also a game where there are patterns you get into where you play a certain style and play a certain way, and you tend to repeat that over and over and over and over again with very little variation. And I find that this Enhanced Artifacts and Spellbooks changes the Magic user's game quite a bit, and it also makes Magic something plausible for non-Magic users. So I feel like it just creates a lot more variety. In the game system, I just have penetrating armor. When a missile attack hits a character's armor, the harm is inflicted on the character, but the armor reduces the harm. Expanded Realm, here's where we get into a few things that I use here. So I've got custom characters. We're not going to use them for here, but I just have it checked for any future games. Here's the Solitaire game. So no dwelling start. Dwelling and ghosts are not revealed at the start, rather discovered like Campfire. Since there are no dwellings at the start, you must enter the map from the edge. I really prefer this type of Magic Realm game now because I like the idea that you're arriving on an island or you're arriving in the edge of a forest or some sort of area where you don't know what it is. You know it's an ancient empire, and there might be people that live, but you're discovering the map. This is also why I extended the game into a 2-month game, because you need time to search this out versus just going, oh, the chapel's over there to go get rid of curses, so you just know from the beginning to head over there to get this thing. You always know the order has a certain, you know, they have heavy weapons, you know, the inn has the rogues with the horses. It's like I prefer figuring this stuff out. It just seems like more like an adventure. As far as development goes, I have these development things turned on. Once you reach certain victory points things, you get additional benefits. I don't hit them all the time. Every once in a while I'll get enough gold and it'll give me 15 more gold, or I can have a horse, but I rarely hit this in a 2-month game. And so I just have it there if there's an extra little bonus to get. Characters, I don't use the knight adjustment because the knight's pretty powerful. If he's already as an ally, you can just trade your sword in for a Morning Star. I like the idea of being able to do a little battle and gain some gold or items before I go and get the magic or the Morning Star. So, you know, and so that's what we're mainly dealing with here. The wizard stuff I think is straightforward. Captain, straightforward. Wiz girl and magician. Also, I think this is necessary for him to even become usable. I don't use the druid's summon monsters because it's already one thing that he doesn't summon monsters, and so the fact that he can at least summoning monsters to the treasure sites at least gives him some monsters to run into. Otherwise, you'd have to, in a solo game, you're basically running around by yourself just grabbing things, which isn't really much of a game. The elf, this is normal for picking light or great elf. I like that this changes up some of his chits. And then, let's see, I've got the persistent chits, which is normal, I think, for everybody. I don't know who doesn't play with this. No secrets, just if you're playing not solo, people can see what you have. Rewards past 4 is part of the development. No spell limit, I like this for the magician game. There are times I get 2 months in and I get tons of spells. I particularly set up my magician to get tons of spells. Decline opportunity, gives you an option to decline that. And natives remembers discoveries, I like that too. So armor repair, I like being able to repair your armor at houses and things. So that's pretty much it for the rules. We'll just start here. We'll push start. And I also wanted to go over some errata, because now it's been a year plus since, I've been like a year and a half since I started these videos on my YouTube channel. And there was a order of operations. Because I was playing solo, it didn't matter. So I just went through the startup of Realmspeak. But the truth is if you're playing with more than just yourself, if you're not playing solo and you're playing with 2 or more players, there's an order to setting up the map and picking out victory points that I wasn't following in my previous Realmspeak videos. So what we'll do is I will build the map. I'm going to stop the game here and I'm going to build the map that I like, and then I'll go over the victory point things. Okay, I now have a map built, and usually this is a peculiar map for me because I always like to put the high pass. I never like it on the edge, I like it somewhere in the middle, so this is actually an obstacle, and this is an obstacle to get through. It's like blocking 2 different parts. It ended up late in the map tile selection, so it's over here on the edge. But I did get the cliffs kind of surrounded, and the Borderlands is kind of central here, so the rest of the map's set up pretty nice. Just this is a peculiar setup for me. Okay, so this is normally where we get to, and what I was doing was I was pressing go and kind of getting started. What you should do is at this point, when the map is built to the errata I was speaking about earlier in the previous Realmspeak games that are on my channel, you would then pick your character. And so today we're going to go with the White Knight. We're going to start out with our most generic character. And we're just here for this. I just have him starting at level 4. It doesn't matter what you pick because we're playing Solitaire. You can pick this random so that you don't have to tell Realmspeak which place you're taking things from. It just does it randomly. Don't do any bonus chits here. Hit OK. And here's the Solitaire. So here's where you get into some unique stuff with this type of game here, is that you have to pick, since you're not starting at the inn or the chapel, you have to pick the edge of the map. And what I try to do is I try to choose not a 6 clearing tile. I still try to find a valley tile to enter on it. On this particular configuration, I have 4 of the valleys are not on the edge, so I'm going to choose this one. As a valley or a forest, or a woods tile, excuse me, would be acceptable for me. I mean, technically you can enter anywhere with the way the rules are. I like to pick a valley tile to enter on, or if they're all in the middle, I pick a woods tile. So in this case, because this is the only valley tile available, I'm going to pick this one over here. And so this is my starting location. My standard spell with the knight is always to take the make whole and not to enchant the chit, because the chapel has white magic. So having this type 1 chit ready to go with white magic the chapel, I can cast this. Or if it's the 7th day of the week, which has white magic, this is also usable if I don't have it charged white. So I leave that always off for this to be paired with the chapel or a day 7 magic. Or the Sacred Grail is another one I can combine it with. So I never enchant this at start. So we'll hit start. Yeah, I did not enchant. And yes, I'm sure I'm finished. Okay, so then that's the proper order to pick out a character. And then we have the advent of, instead of pressing go again, we have to set up our VPs here. I have a standard thing for the Solitaire game that changes only between, you know, fighters and magic users. Is the magic users, I will always put 1 point in the usable spells to try to learn 2 spells. I do have fun trying to learn magic in this game. I tend to pick items that get me out of curses, or strategies that get me out of curses, so I always like to extend the magic user's spell count. That's why I use the Tombmonth game. With the fighters, it's very straightforward. I always do 2 victory points in the Great Treasures, because we're picking 10 here. I do 4 in fame, so it's 40 for fame, and then 2 in notoriety, so you got 40 and 40, so they match, because usually those will match. Sometimes they won't, depending on what you do. But usually these match, like I said, if I can get to 40 fame, I can probably get to 40 notoriety. And then that leaves 2 more points. Usually with spell users, you go 1 and 1 here, 1 in usable spell, 1 in gold, so it's 30 with 2 spells. But because I probably won't be learning a lot of spells with the White Knight, I leave this off and I say, with 2 months and his power, we should be able to make 60 gold. So 2 treasures, 40 fame, 40 notoriety, and 60 gold. And that's how I run that. So you hit OK, and then, now that that's all chosen, that's the proper order that I did not follow when I played the solo games previously. That we get our character picked, we do our victory points, and then we start the game. You press go. So allow characters to place visitor mission chits. I always say no, let Realmspeak do what it does very well, which is to automate the game setup, which is probably the main reason to use this Realmspeak, besides the fact that it automates a lot of the combat. It's difficult to learn. So here we are at the beginning of the game. We're about 5 minutes in the video here. And you see I've entered here. I'll be entering the realm here on the left. And our first order of the day is kind of figuring out what is where. So I usually start out with, I'll enter the map. I'll go to, and since this is where the dwelling will be, I'll hide twice. Only because we don't know if we're going to run into enemies at the dwelling or if it's going to be the ghost, so I give myself 2 hides as an insurance policy to enter the game. Hit start. I'm just going to play through, move, hide. I succeeded on the first one, and let's see what we end up with here. It's the chapel. Right away I find the chapel, so I can cast the spell. They're my friends. I might be able to trade for the sword. I'll, the Morningstar for the sword. We'll give that a shot, and we'll just see what they have in trades. So I'll do a couple of trades, and then I'll move over here to the cliffs and hide. Let's see here. Keep going. Let's see what they have. So we'll buy. And they have a good book. So see right here, if I get this item, I can combine that, because I've used that enhanced magic. I can combine this type 1 with my magic chit, and I can enchant this one to white and cast spells, and I can learn these spells too. So I'm not looking for that though. I'm looking for the Magic Star, or the Morning Star, and they have the Violet Healing. So these are the 2 items. I'm going to see if they'll give me a good score on this, and then I can trade in my sword. So I have 24. If I turn in my sword, will I have enough? Nope, no deal. So that was 5 minus 1 as an ally. Let's try again. Doubt I will get it. Yeah, no deal. I like to try. It's more fun to come back in with loot and stuff to really win that fair and square. So we're playing with our main weapon here, which is this great sword. It has a speed of 6 unless it's alerted. So our fastest swing is a speed 4, so this becomes an interesting strategy game for the knight until we win the Morning Star. So he's successfully hid. I'm going to see what's going on the cliff tile here. Nothing shows up. I always pull this over. We've got a Slither Mountain and a Smoke Mountain. So we got dragons most likely coming here on rolls of 1. And it was a roll of 6, so no bats. So we'll get out of here quickly. I don't want to look in the caves. And we'll check that out if I get up there later. And I'm going to go check the crag. So I'm going to quickly 1, 2, 3. We're going to hide in the woods. Usually just don't need a roll of 3 for the wolves. Let's roll a 4. We're pretty safe. So we're going to move straight through. I fail. No wolves are going to show up. Maybe the Campfire will show up. So let's see. Campfire shows up. It's the Lancers. The Lancers aren't my best friend, but they are my enemy, so I'm not being attacked. Let's see what we have here. Lancers. Oh, Lancers are friendly. Okay. So we're okay here. I could trade with them. I'm going to trade with them on the way back. I'm going to go up here. 2 movements, 2 hides to check the crag. I'm going to play all and press pray all instead of go through. So we're moving and doing 2 hides. I'm going to start quickly going through the rounds this way. So you see how quickly I can play through a 2-month game here. So we'll hit done. The window will come up, and we have a giant. So here's a enemy I can beat. And coming from hidden, this is not quite as risky. It's pretty much a guarantee win. I just have to go into alert mode. So we're going to go to next. I'm going to alert with my no asterisk H6, so I can hit him, and then we will select this target here. It'll take us out of hidden, and we're going to go to the position. We're on the Denizen sheet. Since I'm fighting from hidden, he can't swing at me. And we need less than a 5, which makes us we can use T4 or H4 here, and with that star it'll get us enough. So I'll just swing the T4, undercut, and kill him. Pretty much guarantee win for the White Knight. It's a risky game for anybody else. It's risky for the knight if I'm not hidden, but I was hidden. So now I have to fatigue for swinging on the 2 asterisks, and I'll fatigue the H5. Since I have the extra rest, I can get that back pretty quick. And I press next, which I didn't need to. We can end. We kill the giant. 8 victory points and 8 fame. Well on our way. We've got the Hoard up here, so this is what we want to come up here. Stink Mountain. This means we have spiders. These are pretty easy for the knight to kill. They can flip to tremendous, so they can be tricky. They come one at a time though, so as long as we dispatch them as we see them, and they're going to come right to us, we should have no problems. I'm going to move. I'm not going to waste time trying to find this. I'm going to move and hide. Whoops. And we're also going to rest to get that chip back. I'm going to play all, so it's going to move, try to hide, and give us a rest real quick. And that's that. And we have a 5, so we are going to encounter a spider. Hit done. Here's the spider. We're going to hit it from hidden. It doesn't even matter if we alert this, because he's not going to, if we look at this here, even on the flip side, hitting him on a 4 is only a lineup, so it doesn't really matter. So I don't really need to alert. I'm going to swing at him with my non-asterisk here, because there's just about the same chance all straight across here. So, let's see. Hit him with this guy in the middle, and we luckily line up. We see the interception killed the spider, thankfully, and we are out of that. So we're at 11 for 3 and 3. I'm going to move over 1, hide twice. I don't think we have any fatigue, so send, and yes, and play all. So we hid, roll a 2, nothing's coming. Done. Nothing's coming end. Let's get over to the Hoard and start exploiting the Hoard. The Hoard does have the Flying Dragon. I'm going to hide twice, just in case the Flying Dragon shows up. It's day 7, so I can heal in case I do some battling here. So roll a 3, so he's fine. I'm hidden, nothing happens. So let's start trying to, I can cast that spell now that it was the 7th, but I'm fully healed, so I don't need to. We're going to do 3 searches and a hide, and go. Yes, let's roll a 2, nothing shows up, so I'm going to press play. Basically do 3 locates. Do we find it? I found a passage. Do I find the Hoard? Do I find the Hoard? Nothing, and successfully hide. And we can get out of that. Let's do that again. I'll hide first, and then 3 searches. Send, yes, play all. Successfully hid, locate. Found it, so now I can start looting. Thankfully it didn't take that long, and we'll see what kind of items we get on a roll of 4. Nothing's showing up, so let's grab... Ooh, we got the Cloven Hoof. So this is gonna make our hidden game a lot harder, so I want to take this away from here so we don't get into trouble with this. I'm going to take this. It's going to make our loot rolls not great. Found the power gauntlets. Okay, this saves us on fatigue. With this, we can swing faster without having to spend the 2 asterisks for it, so this gives us a free heavy force swing, which won't kill a dragon, because we need tremendous to get that over, but with armor, but at least it gets the rest of our, you know, our spider fights and stuff taken care of a lot easier. So we have to take off because we want to get rid of this Cloven Hoof, so it's not causing us trouble for hiding. No monsters are showing up today, so we're going to take that. Oh, wait, that's right. The stink brings the giant, and I'm hidden, so at least we can take this guy out pretty quick here. So I'm going to show you the... We'll activate... Oh, we have it activated. I don't think I really... I'm going to alert my weapon with this, and then the heavy 6, and then we will use... show you that. Oh, interesting. Reset. I'm not going to hit at him this round after activate because I don't want to hit him. I want to make sure I hit him when I can actually swing at him there. Okay, so didn't do the first one. I've alerted my weapon, so now it is alerted. And then we are going to select this unassigned target. And then we are going to use this guy here. You'll see that H plus a star is that. I'm not fatiguing any by swinging and undercutting him here. So took him out by undercut for beating him on speed, so I didn't have to line up. And end of game here, end of combat. So that worked out. That really worked out there for the power gauntlets not having to fatigue. Okay, so I'm worried about this dragon showing up, so I'm going to move over and hide twice. And see if I can get rid of this Cloven Hoof here. Moved Crag. Okay, we have a spider, and I want to drop this Cloven Hoof here before we go back. So hide. So yeah, see, I failed because that Cloven Hoof was there. Now I'm gonna have to fight a spider out in the open. That's where that thing causes trouble. We should be okay. It might flip, but if it does flip, I think I'll beat it on speed and reach. So let's get alerted. Oh, I can't at this point. So we're just gonna have to take a swing at it because of the let's see, we'll take that, just swing at it that way. That'll be enough to kill it. And I want to use this just in case it flips. I want to get out of the way. So I'm going to use a 5 because I think it needs a T6, so that would beat it. If it flips, it has to line up, and then I'll beat it on reach. Yeah. So exactly happened. So it flipped. This is a speed of 6, and even though this is a 4, this is still a speed of 6, and so we would have tied, but the fact that I am faster to dodge with the H5, so I didn't, so because that's a T6, this still gets out of the way faster, and I also beat it on reach here. So let's see what it says here. We've got that, and let's look at the details here. So positioning, attacks are sorted by length first. Attack length 8, speed 6. So yeah, I get him on the length. Okay, we got 2 spiders out of the way, and thankfully being unhidden by the Cloven Hoof didn't take too much out of us. We'll get over back by the Hoard and hide twice. And it's a 2 roll, so nothing's going to show up. And we'll continue to loot for a little while here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 loots, 3 searches and a hide. Press go. It's a roll of 5, so we're going to get another spider. Play all, loot, Scroll of Alchemy. Okay, this would be great for the magician. Timeless Jewel, also great. Let's cancel that, and we'll go and activate this guy. I don't think we can really use the Scroll of Alchemy, but I'll just put it in there. It's a great treasure, so I do have a great treasure that I've owned. Get some of our points here, and we've got the spider, so let's see if we can also try the same strategy here. Get by the spider, we'll swing at it for free, and I'll use an H5 in case it flips. Alright, it did flip. I didn't get it though because I'm swinging at a speed of 6, so I have to line up with his 4 isn't enough, but he also doesn't hit me. That's why I chose the 5. That T6 could be deadly for the knight, and I want to make sure that if he does line up with me, I'm at least getting him with a weapon. So now we can't undercut him, we have to line up, and we always want to move faster than that T6. So try again. And let's see here, we only need, now it's basically a speed of 4 is as fast as I can do, and we'll do an H5 so we just are not getting hit by this guy. I suppose even if I did a 6 he'd have to line up, but to be safe. Alright, nothing happened. I think we're out of the game, out of the combat. So now we're in the kind of a tricky situation, because if the dragon shows up, I have to deal with 2 monsters. And so, let's see, boy, I have the Timeless Jewel activated, and so now I have to, basically send this, and I guess I just see here, okay, I have this, bats would show up, they're not, I'm going to basically fight him again, but we'll see if I can hide. Failed. I'm not even with the Cloven Hoof, and I failed, so there's no other moves to make, because I'm blocked. Alright, so same thing, let's see if we can get rid of this spider. Take a swing at him with my heavy gauntlet, power gauntlets here. Get out of the way with a speed of 5 in case he flips. Alright, he didn't flip. I take him out. His L can't hurt me. Plus I beat him on lead. So we're doing pretty good here. We have 25 points. We're only 2 weeks in, and I have 25 points. And we will continue. I'll send these, because I've got the Timeless Jewel. Let's hide, and then let's do some searches here. Loot 5, loot 4, there's the Bejeweled Disc. So now I did have a little advancement there, but no gold is added yet until we get to the next one. And then, let's see, so that was a 4 and a 5, so I do need, with the Hoard, I have a 3 or lower to loot here. Nothing, okay, I'll try one more. I don't want to take out this dragon, but the flying dragon's a little bit more of a dangerous situation, so maybe I'll go find the other dragons and just get out of here, out of this situation. So I'll try one more, and I'll do 2 hides. Let's see, send, hide, failed, hide, fail, whoa, hide, succeed. Oh, I didn't even need to actually, because it was a roll 3. Should have just looted. Okay, nothing. Alright. And let's see if I can get, I'm going to just try to get one more. So we'll go, we know it's bats, so nothing's going to show up, so I don't have to hide, which is the benefit of the Timeless Jewel. So we'll loot, 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 loot. Alright, one more. I'll try one more time and see if I can get out of this mess here. And send, and it's a roll of 4, nothing's going to show up, so I don't have to worry about hiding. Oh wait, it is the giant shows up. I think we have one more giant here. Oh nope, stink. Yeah, it's not gonna, giant's not gonna show up here. So, let's see if I can get that 3. Found it, Girdle of Energy. Yeah, not bad. Alright. Nothing shows up. Okay, so let's get going. I'm gonna just get going here. I'll go send on day 18. We'll get over here with a move. I'm gonna try to hide, and then because I have this option seg, I can pick up items in plain sight. I don't have that rule where if they're dropped you have to search and roll, basically loot rolls to get them. So I am going to pick up, oh, I can't pick up this item until I'm probably in combat mode. So let's see here, I guess I'll hide here. 5 would bring maybe one more spider? No, all the spiders are used, so. Okay, and then I can say pick up item, pick up the cloven hoof, use that, take it. Next, and we'll just get out of combat. Alright, so we have, let's look at our things here. We have 3 greater treasures, and we have some stuff to turn in some gold here. We're doing pretty good, about halfway, almost a little bit over halfway to our points there, and we have some gold, stuff to get for some gold here. And we will move on and see if we can get up to another treasure site, maybe over here where the woods, in the deep woods. It gives us a few areas to search here. And we're not even through the first month yet, so let's see here. If we go send using the timeless jewel, go over here. I don't think the giants are going to show up, so I can just use both for movement instead of hide. Good enough. Okay, now the lances are our friend. I think we're going to end back at the order and let's see if the lancers had. Oh, I didn't even trade with them to find out what they had. Let's go see what they have here. So we'll hit send, and we'll move, and let's trade. Let's see what they have. They have slippers and the toadstool ring, things I don't really need. And they are friendly, like the order would be friendly, but I'd rather trade with the order. And on a roll of 3, we're not going to get anything at the cliffs, so I might as well just go to the cliffs here. I don't think Slither Mountain's bringing any. Yeah, so there's nothing there, so I can move over here, just get myself to the chapel faster, and see if we can get that morning star. Send 1, 2. We'll trade. Sell some items here. I don't want this cloven hoof. Oh, actually, this being here will ruin my being able to buy the things. So I'll have to move this out of here. So what I will do, I don't even want to sell them that because it'll ruin my trade rolls. I'm going to give them this girdle of energy and for 13 gold. And do I want to save this 10 fame for the soldiers? Maybe I do. Give them the timeless jewel. I kind of feel like I want to keep this, but I want to get that morning star. I don't want to give them that. I want to keep the gauntlet. Let's see. It's weird to give this up. I don't know if I should give this up because it gives you such an advantage for knowing when to hide in things. But alright, yeah, I'll keep this for later here, and we'll just give them the girdle of energy so we have enough gold. Alright, let's go there. And we'll move out of here, and I'm going to drop this cloven hoof. Call it done. We'll send and get the round started here. We'll go back over here, and we will, let's see here, let's do a trade. And I want to buy Morning Star. Ooh, I want that good book. I do feel like I might give up for the good book. I might give up for the good book. Okay, no deal. I don't want that. Yeah, just rolling 6s here. No. Trade. It's got to be a better roll than a 5 and a 6. Nope. This is one of the things. This trade on rolls thing is not one of my favorite things about Magic Realm. I would definitely change that system in a customized version of this game. I think it's way too rigid and way too predictable against. It just, the odds go against you. Even these are my friends and allies, and they're like giving me bad trades. It just seems like it goes against the narrative even. Let's see, buy, because you just waste time here. Okay, so here we go. So I got some sort of decent roll here. I can buy this straight off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the Great Sword to it, so I'm only spending 6. And there we go. And now I still have 17 gold. I want to buy the good book. And I want too much for that. Let's try this, buy good book again. Whoa, so I got a really great roll. I can buy it for 10. I'm gonna buy that item. And then I'm going to activate both these guys. And I'm going to try to read one of the spells on the good book. Awaken Premonition. Well, that's kind of like the spell I'm using with the... it's a spell I'm using with the Timeless Jewel. And since I'm doing this now because since I'm at the chapel, I'm actually at the chapel, I can get rid of any curses here, so I might as well try to get the spells off this book while I'm here. So I'm going to just go through and try to learn these things. Protection from magic. I'll exercise, so I learned that. And what else do we have here? Peace. Cannot detect. Okay, so I've got those two. I'll try one more just to get some, see what I got here. See if I can learn these spells. Nothing. Nothing. Awaken Peace. Okay, so that gives me enough to get a victory point out of learning spells. That's good enough. Okay, we'll head over here. And the most beautiful thing is that now that I have this magic item, because I'm using advanced magic, I can enchant this guy and combine it with, or I can enchant, actually what I should do is I should enchant this one, because I don't care about the speed 5, and combine it with the one from the book. So move over here. See, I'll send. Almost finished with month 1. I fly through these games. There's a roll of 1, so dragons are going to show up, and probably 3 dragons. I'll have the 2 flying dragons and maybe the regular dragon. So I'm going to start hiding. I succeeded, and now what I want to do is get the magic. So I can alert my Morning Star from hidden, and I'm going to do this spell prep and spell prep again so I can enchant this to white, and now I have magic to combine with the book, which means I'll be able to cast these spells. So let's do done. So yeah, we have the 3 dragons. I have 2 flying dragons and 1 heavy dragon, and we will just start dismantling these guys. So I'm hidden. I'm going to alert this guy, and it rolls at a speed of 3 because that's the advantage of the Morning Star. And so now I can start really messing these guys up. One of these guys go here, and I can combine it with the gauntlets. So I've got a heavy with 3 here, and this should kill that guy. Yep. And we'll just do the same thing and hopefully beat this guy on speed here. Although I'm going to have 1 round. This is interesting because he's got a heavy 4. So we'll go, can't alert, it's not fast enough, so I'm going to try to get him with, I have an attack here that I don't have to, I think it's a speed of 6, I'll beat him on reach, but in order to get out of the way of this I'm going to have to use these, so I'm going to have to fatigue, I have to use the 4, can't use the 5 this time, so I am going to fatigue, which is why it's advantageous to hit them, kill one of them when I'm hidden. He has to line up here. He does not line up, I have fatigue. So with the knight I tend to choose the T6 first, then the H5. And now it is alerted. It's alerted based on the fact that I swung at him and didn't hit last time, so now we should be able to take him out unless he flips. So I will, got my freebie H4 at a speed of 3, and again we're going to use our double asterisk H4 in case he tries to line up, otherwise he'll hit us automatically, and H is enough to do damage. Alright, he lines up, but we beat him on speed, and things are okay. White Knights. Steeped in points, I have to fatigue the H5. And I could cast the spell. You know, I could do Make Whole. I guess I could have casted Peace, but I wanted to get the points here. I could cast Make Whole, but I don't think I need to. I think we're only 2 out, so I should be okay. 2 fatigue. So let's get those guys back. We'll send. See what shows up here. 3, nothing's going to show up, so I can take my time healing. I'm going to hit 2. Get those guys back. And we will see if we can hide. This will be kind of fun. So if we're hide, yeah, so now I can just move into the space with the Ace Dragon and take him out the same way. And we will do this same routine here. So I'm going to alert with this guy, and then we're going to select the target. Once the knight gets the Morning Star, it's lights out for dragons for the most part. Oh, look at that. He flipped and he's got a speed of 3. So, normally I choose the middle lane too, so that's pretty peculiar. And I stay alerted. He's got an M4. I don't know if he could damage me. So I'll go the same strategy here. I'll just take this speed of 4 double asterisk. And he did line up, but I beat him on speed as far as the 4 versus the 3 speed and reach. So we're doing alright. And I'll fatigue that T6 because I'm not carrying anything tremendous. Now the challenge is finding this hidden path and getting down to the deep woods. And I guess we could see what was up here. See if this is the ghost or if this is one of the dwellings. But yeah, we're a month in. It's only been a half hour of a game. And I'm well on my way here. I have victory points straight across except for gold. I just basically have to sell things, although these are my 2 greater treasures at the moment. This will give me some gold when I'm finished. So if I sell one of these guys, if I sell this off, both of these here, I'll get gold. This one can get me fame with the soldiers, but I will lose one of my greater treasure counts up here. So we'll see if we can find another item before the game ends. So let's start doing searches here. We'll send Timeless Jewel, and we have a 4, and nothing's going to show up with a 4, I don't believe. And then we'll try to locate the secret patch. It's found it right away, so we'll just get moving up, and we will hide. Although I can't move, actually. It's actually not going to move. How do we cancel out of that if I try to invalid phase? Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Get that back, my rest back. Made a mispressed a button there. Okay, let's get going some more. I'm going to move down. Like I said, I could take this upper path here. There's a space up here. Kind of puts me into this tough spot that I want to check out the deep woods, even though this will reveal some more dwellings. This one will reveal one as well. Could be ghosts. I want to see what's in the deep woods. Kind of puts me connected to the ledges as well, and I can get up to the mountains easier this way. Jump through caves. So I feel like this is a more prosperous route here, coming down through here. So we'll just get going. We'll press send, and I'm going to use 2 moves on this mountain clearing. 1 here, and then we'll see if we can hide, just in case there are ghosts. And I did hide. And the tile is ghosts. It actually is ghosts. I'm not going to fight these guys. Bang my armor up. They're not really worth much. So it's very interesting how when you're the magician and you're hidden, you can use this knife battle to undercut these guys unless they flip. And it's interesting, with a magician you have a better chance of beating the ghost than the knight does in many cases. Here I have the Morning Star, but even they can flip and there's 2 of them, so I'm going to avoid that. Just send, and we'll just get out of there on the first action. Move over here. Over here. Now we know we're not having to hide for ghosts, so we're basically going to end up on clearing 5 and just see what dwelling we end up with here. It's the guard. I'm not going to buy him drinks. And we have, let's see, they are neutral. And do I have a treasure for them? It's the soldiers. I want to find the soldiers so I can give them this for 10 fame. Or hey, just hang on to it as a greater treasure. Since I've met my fame and notoriety, I just need gold, so I'm almost there already. Let me just see here. So yeah, I'm almost at 10 victory points, even over a 1-month game. This is where the knight's really powerful. It's almost interesting to try to do for 15, honestly, when you play a 2-month game with Solitaire. Let's go see what's in the... We'll see if we can find the soldiers over here. But let's trade with the guard and see what they have. See if they have anything we want. Energy and gloves of strength. Well, this would give us a freebie T5, but it doesn't. Especially with our Morningstar, we don't really need it. This Morningstar would be a speed of 3 with a T with a 3, which would be an interesting change, but I'm going to leave that alone. We'll head over here into the woods, and we'll hide. And he did hide, and I'm going to move over here to clearing 3. Maybe this will be the lair, or find out if the octopus is here. No, it's bats. Lots of bats can show up here. We already have 2 bats here and 1 bat here. And I could take out that bat, probably, in incurring a lot of damage, but I can also cast Make Whole at the end of it. I guess we'll just see if I can take this bat out here. I'm gonna alert this guy. And see if I can get him on a first hit down the middle. I did not. He flipped. Okay, so here we're going to play a strategy now that I have to do an intercept. We're going to see what kind of... I can't really get out of his way ever. And so what we're doing here is we're playing a strategy game with what fatigue and wounds are we going to make to strategize downward until we have this probability of hitting him. So we'll see what we come up with here. So I guess I could cast Peace on it, but I want to save my white magic for the Make Whole at the end. So let's get this guy here and see if I can just nail him, because there's really nothing else for me to do than to try to hit him. And even if I use my best move, which is this forward, nothing's going to help me here, so I don't really need to get out of his way. So we'll just see. Hits me for 1, he flips back over, so I stay alerted. And what do I need the least? I have this for hitting. I don't really need to move out of his way. I'm going to wound this H6 first, because I can basically unwound it because it has 0 stars. So I'm going to use that one strategically first to come back. And I'll try to wound in that succession, so we'll see. Wounds me again. So we'll go here. I have this H6, which I can get back also pretty easy. And we'll start going through the single star ones at first. And we'll just see if I can get this guy. Got him. Okay, so no big deal. 1 bat, and the knight isn't too bad. And we'll cast the spell. Matter of fact, I don't even want to cast the spell because I'll be able to get those back pretty easy. Those are 2 wounds that I can get back pretty quickly. Okay, so we're going to move. Send the Timeless Jewel. We'll move over to clearing 5. And we will put 2 back. Those 2, since they're no asterisks, they go right back. And we will hide, which I didn't do. We'll see who shows up here. Is the patrol and the soldiers. I don't want to buy them for the soldiers. No. Okay. Got lucky on that, I guess, or the fact that he's the knight and he gets the -1. Okay, so the soldiers I think they do want this bejeweled dwarf vest, but let's see if they have, before I give them that, let's trade with the soldiers and see what they have. Do they have a greater treasure? No. I don't really have anything I need. I guess I'll come back and try to get fame out of that if I find another one here. Let's look at what the patrol has. Oh, this is interesting. I can grab this for almost nothing. Although it takes my fame down by 10, it does give me an extra greater treasure. I'm not quite sure what the trade-off is here. It gives me a 20 on the notoriety, though, interestingly enough. Let's see if they'll give it to me. No. No deal. No deal. Let's hide here. And we'll go check out the ledges. That Dragon Essence is interesting. I can't really use it for magic, but what's great is it is a greater treasure, and it minuses 10 fame, it gives me 10 more notoriety. It'll count towards a greater treasure, which means I'll still have 2 greater treasures, and I can sell the dwarf vest to the soldiers for 10 fame on top of that. So it's an interesting trade-off. It's kind of a 6 in one and half a dozen in the other, but we'll see what we come up with here. I'm going to go down to the ledges and see if we can get the stake. Assuming it's going a little faster here. Hide. Yeah, I should have searched for the path here. And we have an altar, and there's bats can show up, a lot of monsters here, and a demon. I'm not liking this, so I'm going to go check out the mountain. I kind of want to find the lair now. I got to get past these bats. Or, man, you can check out the ruins. Have to go. Oh, yeah, this is tricky. I do have magic to flip this, so I can have magic to flip this too. Tile 3 on 2. So if I go to 2, this is interesting. So here's a conundrum. We'll move up here, and then I'll do the magic prep and magic, and we'll flip this tile. And it's also day 7, so I don't have to spend any to do that. And I'm going to, okay, it's 3, so nothing's going to happen on a 3. Maybe the giants will show up. Oh yeah, they will. No, it's the 3, so they're not going to show up on the 3. So I guess I'll just move towards 6. Because our goal is to get up here and flip this, and then we can get over this and see what's in the ruins. Or I guess I want to go see the mountain. Not out the way of the bats, but I have to flip it to get up to the mountain. The mountain, I'm trying to figure if the lair would be up in the ruins or the mountain. It could be in any of the caves too. Alright, let's go. If I flip this now, let's see. Flip that guy back. I lost my magic, but then I can go up here. Oh, it's a 6. I need to get out of the bat's way. Get to 2. Oh, I need bats. There's the vault, which I can open up with my tremendous power. But this is a ruins cave, which means a roll of 3 is going to get me in trouble with goblins, which I do not want to do. So let's head up here. Let's go up here. And then, because we want to see what's in this clearing, we'll spend some time healing, or resting, the magic back, and then we'll put the magic back on it. And we have, oh, the inn, okay. Alright, so the soldiers, where are we looking at here? We've got, oh, we did find the soldiers. We got the guard. Oh, there we have all the dwellings, I guess, right? Yep. Figured out where everybody is. Alright, let's go up and see where the, see if the Lair's up here. And we'll hide. Very good. And let's go over here and maybe search for that path, get down faster. There's the Lair. And it's dank, so that's spiders, which we killed a lot of them already. So let's get up there and get some more treasure. Oh, he's coming to me. Oops. I better hide then. Okay. That dragon's coming for me. Alright. And we're going to go here, and we want to alert with this guy, and we do not want to mess around. We want to hit this with a T, so we need the T5, I think. Right. Pick this up over the top to kill him, yeah. At the end of that, we have a lot of fame now, and we're still negative 15 because we don't have any gold. We've got very little gold, and we need 60, so that's really cutting us down here. Send, we only got half a month here, so I need to, whatever I'm going to get, I'm going to need to quickly, because I need to get down to a dwelling fast enough to sell, and so I'm in a little bit of a time constraint here, even though I have basically, see, 10, I have like 16 days left, and waste a lot of time here, so let's see if we can find these passages. Nope. Let's see, I should have went around the other side at this point. Oops, that's not going to work. Interesting with a timeless jewel, if you make a miss thing, you can't undo it. Alright, found the path. Let's get up there. And hide. And just more dragons are coming? I don't think so, right? Yeah, I got rid of the main dragon here. So let's send. See if we can get to the end of this here. Go with the Lair. Search on a must, roll a 3. It's not going to be a big deal. Nothing's going to show up. Just mainly concerned about spiders and dragons. Like I said, I do like to learn spells, and because I found that artifact and I used the enhanced magic, it did make learning spells an option, and I did, and it's just something I like to do in Magic Realm. It's a game about magic, and I like to use magic in it. And I do like variety. I do like variety over the routine. Okay, send. It's interesting how the Timeless Jewel actually slows down my game. Oh, found the Lucky Charm. This is great for everything except for transform rolls against enemies, because you can have a higher chance to turn them into more hardcore option monsters. Glimmering Ring at the bottom. Nothing. Oh, geez, of course. Alright, what do we got here? What's our day? 17? Alright. Start calculating the days I'm going to need to get back to. Of course I get 6 even with a Lucky Charm. Even with a Lucky Charm. Jeez. Sometimes this Magic Realm just has a way of shutting down even odds in your favor. Telescope. 6s all the time. Eye of the Moon. Wow, I've about emptied the whole thing here. Is it still a greater treasure? Let's see here. We want to find what's in the Lair. Oh, it's a small treasure. Alright, so we basically gotten everything we need here. Now let's look at everything. Still no red treasure here. This is a kind of a conundrum here, but at least I have enough to sell to get all this gold that I need, so we'll go do that. So let's hurry down. We've got less than 10 days. We can use, it's a roll 3, so we can just head down the mountain here as fast as we want without hiding. I am tempted by the vault, but I just think I'm going to get ruined by those goblins. So let's calculate here. So we need, just to get down to the soldiers, get to the house, and we'll sail. And do you, nature, moon, ring, timeless jewel. A whole bunch of gold, and I might get a bonus here. Yeah, advancement. Still not enough to get the 15 bonus here, so I got 85 gold, and it looks like, yeah, so I'm almost to 15 victory points and near the end of things. So yeah, this works out in that regard for a 2-month game. Oh, same thing. So that wraps up our game. That was a quick 2-month game here. A little bit of time spent, and that's how I play Solitaire, and that's with the White Knight. I have 14 score. Technically, this would be low. If I had gold, you know, this should be a 2-month game. Should probably be to 15 points, considering what the White Knight is capable of, especially when you get the Morning Star. You know, the real risk would have been to try to hit the vault and get stuff out of there with the goblins, you know, threatening to come out of the caves and really cause trouble. You know, that's a real risky game there. But the risk reward thing is pretty cool in that situation. But yeah, that's the Solitaire game. What were things that were extended here? Because I used the rule for enhanced magic, I was able to use this good book with my chit. I treat this like a type 1 magic chit at a 0 speed with the, you know, the 5 speed one, and I enchant that. So this allows the knight to become not only just casting one spell, but he becomes a spell caster when he has a, you know, a magic book. I think it's way more fun that way. By firing this power gauntlet, I had this way of being able to attack quicker without having to fatigue. Although it's amazing, even when you get this with the knight, you're still trying to get out of the way with that, your H4 moves. You're still fatiguing, you know. It's like it gave me some help with the White Knight, but there's still risk and fatigue and wounds to take and everything. So there was still some strategy to work out, even when I had this kind of situation that helped me. And that does it for the first Solitaire game, and we're going to play through the other characters in a semi-random order until we get to the Magician. And the Magician is really where playing the Solitaire game with enhanced magic. So you have 2 months, you can explore, and the ability to learn a lot of different spells, because I use the magic items as chits with enhanced magic. Really changes up the Magician's game. I got stuck playing that game a lot, and because there's such a wide variety of adventures that can happen with a Magician, he kind of becomes the staple for how I would design a similar game going forward, that you have that versatility and that much variety every game, instead of having this routine that you get into with the main characters here. There's routines you can get into with Magic Realm, which make it less magical, which is why I play this game, because you see, I was a White Knight, I found a white magic item, I was able to learn some white magic spells. You know, I didn't use this to remove the demons like I could have at the altar. I didn't use peace. I really didn't even really use these, but there are situations where I've been in where I've needed these as the White Knight, and it just makes this way more fantastic to play, more so than it already is, and it gives variety to a game that technically has a lot of static, what I would say, routines that you do when you play Solitaire with enhanced magic. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again soon. Much sooner than the year or something since I made the last one. Alright, bye.